Intro? No, I can't be bothered with an intro. Let's just get into it, shall we? Right, I'm going to get a drink. I'll be back. Be back very shortly. Hello. 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 Just got myself a drink. Oh, sitting down. Oh, it's good to sit down. Oh, nice cold drink. What more could you ask for? Yeah. Better stick my phone on charge, I think. Oh, no, can't do that. Not got the charger. No. Can you hear me all right? No. Hello. Ooh, man. It's a bit bright, isn't it? It's a bit bright. Turn it off. Not sure why that's so bright, but it is. Hello. Can you hear me okay? Sometimes my mic plays up. I have to change the settings. Good. It's good news. Cool. Oh, I'm glad this week's coming to an end. Chased by dogs. No, I'm just a bit worn out, you know, working 6 days a week. So I'm glad it's coming to an end because it means that next week I'm off for 2 weeks. So be resting up a bit. Be bloody busy actually this week. Towards the end of the week. So many parcels now. Ridiculous. We'll start creeping in. No plans. Just going to take it easy. Not going anywhere particularly. But just glad to be off and just away from all the chaos. Amazon sale is finished now, isn't it? So I imagine all those parcels will be coming through very shortly. And then you got the Black Friday. It's next month, isn't it? Black Friday sale. So it's going to be busy. So What about you, Ollie? What are you up to? No, not a bottle of wine, just Strongbow. Picked up these. They're on sale, so I thought I'll give them a go, and they're quite nice actually. This one's a strawberries, and it's quite nice. I do like a cider. Cat sitting this weekend. Oh, that's different. Citrus ones are the best, are they? I had a lemony one last week. It was quite nice. Bought a few beers and a few ciders. Got a little section of the fridge, which I've said to my missus, that's mine. That's my little drinks cabinet. So, you know, hands off. So, been stocking up a few. Went to my local record shop actually yesterday. They're doing this 20% sale. I'm going to be doing it for about 3 weeks, I think. It's quite a lengthy time. Am I going to get hammered? No, I'm not going to get hammered. No. You got to worry about that. Not today. No, I've got work tomorrow, so. One more day and I'm off. Yeah, I picked up some vinyl. Bloody me. Quite some nice records, actually. But I'm saving them from a video, so I don't want to give too much away. You got loads of CDs. I haven't brought any for a while, actually. Pick up anything good? I've got to get down HMV at some point, actually, and have a look. Got some vouchers to spend. So we'll have a look probably the next couple of weeks. See what they have. I had a look online. There's a few I'm interested in. But didn't necessarily want to buy them right at the moment. I want to sort of go down and have a look, see what they have on the shelves. Couple of early Dylan and Harry Nilsson, 4 sealed McKennitt albums. Cool. It's nice when you find them sealed, isn't it? Quite often go in charity shops now and look at the CDs, and there's just nothing there, you know. Nothing really sort of interests me. I have a lot of stuff as it is, so you know, I do come across stuff I already got. You see it over and over again, don't you, in charity shops? It would be nice to see albums for once, which I don't have on CD, you know, which I'm after. Lord knows when I get around to listening to them. Do you actually play them? Do you actually play the CDs, or do you just rip them to your computer? Got quite a backlog. I don't actually play them very much because I have all mine on a hard drive. I rip them as soon as I get them, so they don't get played very much. Occasionally, I might get them out and take a few in the car or something and listen to them, but not very often. Yeah, that's what I do. Yeah. You'll get round to it at some point. You'll be scrolling on your iTunes and you'll come across it. And, oh, yeah, I want to play that. I'll listen to that, or I want to put that on my iPod or whatever. You kind of forget about it and then you come back to it. So it's quite a nice thing, isn't it? Do I think they'll have a similar revival to vinyl? I think there will be a bit of an interest. Yeah, I think there will be a bit of a CD revival as such, but not to the extent how vinyl has come back. I think as the years pass, there will be more growing interest in CDs. But whether you could call it a revival, I don't know. You know, I think a lot of kind of like first pressing the CDs, which were done in the sort of 80s, I think they will be quite desirable in the future. They've gone up in price a little bit now. I find the likes of eBay, you know, when you find, you know, these early 80s albums on CD, they seem to want a little bit more for them, you know. I imagine that will go up eventually. Still got these compilations I've been meaning to take down to the charity shop, and I haven't got around to doing it. Must do that at some point. I'm very reluctant to let things go. I'll pack something in a bag and, you know, with all intents and purposes, want to get rid of them, but I end up hanging on to them for a little bit longer. But no, I really must get around to get rid of them, actually. So much stuff. A lot of now albums. A lot of now albums. A lot of 60s compilations. 80s compilations. All sorts of stuff. Soundtracks. They're quite a culling, actually. It's rare to find CDs or albums before the CD age. Yeah, that's the kind of stuff I like as well. You know, or I like to see more of because it finds some albums are very accessible on vinyl, but you don't see them on CD. You know, stuff from the 70s, you know, and yeah, 80s as well, I suppose. I think there are pressings of these albums around, uh, but like in short supply. Hence why you don't see them so much. I mean, if you think of a 70s album that you haven't got, and you go look it up to see if it's on CD, chances are it probably has been pressed to a CD, but you just haven't come across it. And it's probably on eBay, and it's probably they want a few quid for it. I wouldn't mind having some Supertramp albums on CD, but you never find them. You find compilations, but you don't often find the album. You might find one album, like the big one, but there are other albums you don't seem to see. Where's the usual gang tonight? Ian won't be coming up. I think he's busy. The others are around somewhere. They said they'll come in and join, but you know, at some point, I suppose. Did find Breakfast in America. Yeah, that's a good album. Don't often see it though, do you? I mean, it's the one which is more popular than the others, I suppose. And I imagine there's probably more copies of that around. But the other albums you don't see so much, do you? I work with a lady, and she quite likes ELO, and we were talking about ELO, um, and she was saying about the Time album. And I knew what she was talking about, but I've never seen it on CD. However, when I was at my local record shop, came across it. Because she recommended it, I brought it. Here it is. ELO Time. Now, why don't you see this on CD? I mean, it must be on CD. I'm pretty sure it is, but you don't often see it for whatever reason. But good album, very good album. 1981. So it came out just as CDs came out. But I suppose by that time they didn't really hit it off, you know, until maybe a few years later. I'm always seeing compilations all the time, but I don't necessarily always want compilations because I've got a lot of compilations, you know, and as much as I like them, I wouldn't mind picking up the albums now of various artists. I was looking at picking up Armchair Theatre. I've got Armchair Theatre. Is it up there? Let's have a look. Quick look. Probably wondering now. I've got it on vinyl. What's happened on the CD? That's the CD version I was looking for. These are pretty good. These original album classics basically have, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 albums on there. And this one so happens to have Armchair Theatre. And you got take them out of the box, and they're in these rather nice LP little mini sleeves. Very cool. And you get a few of them, you know. Gives you enough to sort of get you into whatever it is you're interested in. Not complete discographies, but you know, there's a few albums you can sort of own, you know. Maybe if you want to expand and look for the others, you can. There's another one here, Echo and the Bunnymen, the original album series. There's 2 series actually. There's original album classics and original album series, and they're good value for money. You see 5 albums on there. So yeah, and that costs, I don't know, anything. They cost anything really, you know. Depends where you find them. If you find them in charity shops and they're like a few quid, definitely pick them up. They're little bargains, they really are. There's the Cars. So yeah, there's the 5 on the back there. Candy. So Shake It Up, Heartbeat City, and the Cars. So yeah, nice little finds those, if you can find them. There's loads of them. There's loads of bands and that they've done. Now, a lot of them aren't the sort of necessary, well, big bands, you know. They're kind of, you know, some of the smaller bands, you know. Some of the lesser appreciated stuff, as well as some of the more well-known. It's very quiet today. Very quiet. Too quiet. What else do we have? What else can we show? I was showing compilations the other week on Ian's. I realised there was one little set I was missing. I was showing like K-Tel, 80s K-Tel stuff and Ronco. And I noticed I didn't have a certain year in the K-Tel compilations I had, which was 82. And in my local record shop, there was stuff in like the pound bins, dollar bins, whatever you want to call them, depending where you're from. I found two of them. Well, I found the two, Volume 1 and Volume 2. And that's Chart Hits. Chart Hits. You know, when they used to do the whole, buy this record, get Volume 1 free, or get Volume 2 free. So, you know, they're cheesy, I know, but don't write them off too quickly. There can be some good stuff on here. Not necessarily on this record, but you know. Yeah, Toto, Journey, Boomtown Rats, Steve Miller Band, Bad Manners, Air Supply. Yeah, some pretty good songs. That's Volume 2. Reading the comments. You're right, Mike. Love those original album CDs. Really good value. I have a lot of them. Yeah, I wish I had more of them actually. But yeah, good value for money. Yes, on the south coast. Yeah, I am. Yeah. Chart Hits, Volume 1. Yeah, eight tracks. 8 tracks on side 1 and 9 tracks on side 2. It's a lot of tracks, isn't it? You know, when they do this. You know, and it makes actually not quite so bad. Actually, it's not quite as cramped as I thought it would be. You know, there's some reasonable spaces in between the songs. That's 8 tracks on that side, and that's 9 along there. It's a little bit more cramped. You can see the spaces between tracks are a bit more narrower. You know, 9 is just too many. You know, 8's pushing it. You know, less is better. You know, there's more space between the grooves, isn't there? But still, you know what it is. Cheap and cheerful. Anyway, it's been done. I got what I wanted. You know, I love the early 80s stuff more than any of the years of the 80s decade. The early stuff is the best. Yeah, Stephen Schnee says sometimes the original album series sets will give you the versions with bonus tracks, and sometimes they won't. No, it's a bit hit and miss, isn't it? There is a lot on there, though. There's a lot of bands they've covered. A lot of them I'm not even familiar with. Pick up the records. They are, yeah, I agree. They are a very good way to start or complete a collection. Yeah, they are. It'd be nice to have. I've got 2 Hollies ones as well, Volume 1 and Volume 2. You know, if you get 2 of them, like, you basically, well, you can cover almost 10 albums sometimes if there's 5 on each. That's a lot of albums, isn't it? Between 2. No, I don't. No, I can't say I do. There's a lot I don't have. There's a lot I do have, and there's a lot I don't have. But basically, what I have on display, like the shelves and that, is mainly rock, punk, metal, and in the back there through the door, I've got another CD case, bookcase, or whatever you want to call them, and that's all got indie and alternative on there. So all my like pop, all other genres are all in boxes behind me. Compilations as well, that they're all boxed up, bagged up now. So very genre specific. I never used to be. I used to have everything alphabetical. I got a few of those, a few of the artists that I missed first time around. I expect you probably have. Do you have the Rats by any chance? I've seen that one about. I think there's a Status Quo one as well, I think. I've seen. There's loads. Hundreds. I like them as well because they're quite small, aren't they? Quite compact. You know, it's a lot of CDs there, all kind of squashed together without taking too much room, as the old jewel cases behind me. It's funny, isn't it? I put all my CDs in an order of genres. But regarding my records, my vinyl, it's in an order of, I guess, decades in a way. I have all my modern stuff, my 180 gram records and my modern records, depending what they are, in certain places of my storage, and then it goes into sort of 90s vinyl, then 80s vinyl, and the 80s vinyl behind here. But any kind of 70s, 60s, or anything like that, I have in boxes. Just the way I like to do things. I like to have my most modern pressings out and my older stuff kind of throw away. do need to have a bit of a sort out actually of my vinyl and maybe get rid of some. You know, but it's just finding the courage to do that again. It's not something you want to be doing, is it? You know? Got like stacks of records on the floor as well, which I need to either get rid of or copy to my computer. But I just struggle to find the time and patience to do it at the moment. So they just sit there. And the stuff which I have copied to the computer, I need to label them, you know, track names and the album names and the year, and you know, then I've got to do a bit of editing if I need to, and cut them up into certain tracks. It can be a bit of a chore, can't it? It's not quite as simple as putting a CD in and ripping it, where it all does all that for you, more or less. Recording vinyl is a lot slower because it's recorded in actual normal playback, isn't it? So you know it takes time, and you need quite a bit of storage to store all that stuff as well. I've got about, I don't know, 1, 2, 3 hard drives connected to the computer, and they all have various stuff on there, you know, whether it's music, video games. I've literally done all my movies. All my movies are on my hard drive, or on a hard drive. And all my CDs are done. It's just my records. Put the link out there. I'll get to it. I'll get to it to some point. Probably in the next 30 years, probably. I was thinking about doing a greatest hits video. I know Ian was doing a something on that yesterday, but I thought about maybe doing a video for myself. Yeah, no worries. Do I have a favourite food? Favourite food? Yeah, I have a favourite food. Curry. I like a curry. What about you? korma, chicken korma, sagaloo, cheesy naan bread, special fried rice. Very nice. You've been banned for putting out content on YouTube. I had no idea that all you guys were blocked, actually. I was quite surprised how many people were blocked. But bloody hell. You have been busy. Oh, another strike. Oh. It lasts for 2 weeks, doesn't it? Is it a week or 2 weeks? You can't do anything. I had a strike a little while back, and then I had to do like this stupid training they make you do. Basically, just answer these questions. You know, like, I don't know, 10 questions or so. Put you through different scenarios and stuff. You know, answer A, B, or C. What a bollocks, really. That's probably where you went wrong then, isn't it? Oh, dear me. Oh. 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 Yeah. I might do a few streams actually while I'm off. We'll see. Certainly getting colder now, and it's getting darker a bit sooner. Don't like it. Don't like it. You hate winter. Yeah, it's depressing. I don't like Christmas either. Really don't like Christmas. Don't mind the occasion as such, it's just the whole build up. So much stress. Just for 2 days. It's over, and it's over in no time. So commercial, isn't it, Christmas? So commercial. Winters suck, don't they? Everything seems to be a bit more harder in winter. Things are tougher, aren't they? What was the England score yesterday? So look. Oh Christ! Didn't they we'd lost? Oh dear. Yeah. Yeah, that'd be cool, wouldn't it? Yesterday Papers has a new video out on John. Oh, God. It's so quiet tonight. So very quiet. Why is it so quiet? Give it another 10 minutes, see what happens. Anyone watching TV? Is any programs anyone's into at the moment? Any movies? I'm still getting through box sets of the Sopranos at the moment. On the 5th season. I know Michael was talking about Penguin. Robin, is it Colin Farrell plays the part? It's supposed to be quite good. But just haven't got time for any of that really. Watching from a horror series. You watched the Blair Witch Project for the first time the other night. Yeah, it's not very good, is it? I never really understood the hype over that film. Nah. Yeah. I brought The Wicker Man on DVD. Not seen that yet. It's a bit of a horror classic. Soundtrack's supposed to be quite good at that as well. Yes, the original. Yeah, the original. funny, isn't it? You think you've seen most things, but then there's the odd thing that comes up which you haven't seen. You know, and it can be like, I don't know, 40 odd years old or more. You know, you can't watch everything, can you? Sometimes it just takes time for it to come along. Good thing about DVDs being so cheap, isn't it? You can just pick them up in charity shops these days. Find these films you've not seen and watch them. I'd rather do that than stream anything. You know, I'm not really big on streaming. Might stream the odd movie, but I like owning stuff. Too much in the mind of that I want to own it. You know, if I like it, I want it to be mine. I don't want it sat on some network, you know, which they can just take away at any given moment. I like to own stuff. I like to own my own music. I like to own my own movies, you know. Video games as well. I think video games will just be all digital soon enough. That's very much going the digital route more so than any other format, you know. When they start taking away disk drives, which Sony is doing, then you know that's a telltale sign that that's going to be digital download is going to be the future. Joker, yeah, I was never really interested in that. Another second one as well come out, but yeah, just not for me. Beetlejuice 2, yeah, I'll probably watch that. I don't think I'll go to cinema and watch it, but like when it comes out, I'll give it a watch. I really would like to see another Tim Burton Batman. That would be good. And if Michael Keaton could reprise the role, that could be quite good. That could be quite interesting. Obviously, he would be an older Batman, but I liked his style. You know, that kind of gothic style he has. I think it worked really well in Batman. I used to collect the comics when I was a kid, and you know, I was recently actually online looking at a website where you can download them and read them. I sort of come across the ones I used to own, which was quite nice. I used to collect the Dandy as well every week as a kid. Something like, I don't know, 25p comic back then. Yeah, I agree. Another Keaton Batman would be the only superhero film I'll have any interest in. I agree. I think that could work. I'm not into the modern Batman stuff they're doing. It's just doesn't do much for me. I like the Christian Bale Batman trilogy. Yeah, that was quite good. Movies, they're just not as good as what they used to be. Nowhere near. They used to make so much, didn't they? Like in the 80s for movies. They used to actually make models, and you know there was such creativity and stuff. Sausage Factory. Yeah, I've not actually seen that. I know what it's about. I have an idea. Not for me, really. I think 80s and 90s movies are far superior to anything in the last 20 years. It's the same with music. Yeah. Oh, I see. Yeah, yeah. All right, Jenny. How you doing, Jenny? You auctioning off any vinyl? Still doing that still? I've not seen you do it for a while. I don't know. It's something you keep doing, and I'm missing your live streams. I like watching those actually. They're quite good. It was just sort of like nice to see what you were selling. Might be the odd one where I thought, oh, I wouldn't mind having that. Great. I haven't sold anything in a long while in the hoarding process phase until I get too much or until a big bill happens. Fair enough. Understandable. Um what makes you decide then when you do that you want to get rid of X, Y, and Z and keep the rest? What kind of influences you to keeping your from keeping your records to the ones you get rid of? You're not a regular seller. No, no. Just a seller by need, space limitations. What am I not listening to or not likely to listen to? Is that how you would call it? Would it? If you're not listening to it, then it goes. If you are, you're keeping it. Fair enough. Simple enough. Last big sale, we got rid of a bunch of things we had on multiple formats. I would do it by like a rating. You know, if it was a low rating for whatever reason, um, I would remove it. But if it's something I liked, even though I wasn't listening to it, I would tend to keep it. Even though I might have had it on tape or CD, you know, I'll still keep it. I've seen like records I've got rid of in the past, come across them later on in like secondhand shops, record shops, and they're like some of the prices they put on this stuff. It's like ridiculous. You know, and I can kind of think back. Well, I only paid like a couple of pounds for that not so long ago to get that album, and you're selling it for like 10, 20 quid or whatever it is. You listen to more music in the car than anywhere else. Records require staying put at the house, and we just haven't done that much lately. I listen to a bit in the car, admittedly. The music sounds good in the car, doesn't it? If you've got a good head unit, speakers, it sounds really good. And I got my iPod as well, so I listen to that quite a lot. You know, people kind of look at me and, oh, you're still rocking the iPod, you know, why do you use that? You know, and they got their fancy phones and what have you. It's a case of I like using it. You know, I don't want all my music, stream all my music on a phone, or I don't want to necessarily put all my music on my phone. I think the iPod I got as well, it's really good quality. It's got a really good DAC in it, and it does the job. It's simple to use. Yeah, it works well. A little bit dated. Yeah, fair enough. It is, but you know, still relevant. Still, so you know, it's cheap to repair or replace. So yeah, car, iPod. And when I get home, I turn on the computer and I listen to whatever album or whatever I fancy. Sometimes I might just play through my most played tracks, do it that way sometimes. My setup is pretty good as well. It sounds really nice. I've got some nice speakers. We've got an external DAC for the computer. It's all hooked up to my Akai amplifier, and it sounds really good. It sounds really loud as well. I don't have to crank up the volume too much for it to really, you know, be loud. Sometimes it can be a bit hard, when you're starting. Certainly when you got a turntable, like your first turntable, and you're looking for speakers and stuff, an amplifier. And it takes a while sometimes to get it to where you want it to be. It took me quite a few times to find the right speakers, find the right amp which I liked. Get the right turntable as well. The difference between what I get from my store that buys media and what they are asking for it on the shelf is what caused us to sell to the BC first initially. I suppose you would get more for selling stuff to the vinyl community, wouldn't you, than taking it back to a record shop? Mm. Did you not find it a bit overwhelming that you had to sort of post out all these records to various people? Did you have enough boxes for the records? I suppose it's kind of nice in a way because you're not doing it through eBay or anything like that, so you haven't got to necessarily go through all their kind of provisions and rules and regulations and stuff. You can just sell naturally without that hassle, can't you? Oh, I see. You have a record buying problem, so there's no issue in finding the boxes. All right, so you buy a lot, and you recycle the boxes you receive. Yeah, I get you. Yeah, makes sense. I keep a few by actually, just in case I want to post some. If it's quite a thick box as well, it's worth holding on to. If you wanted to send a load of stuff. Because you can buy them online, can't you? 50 odd boxes, can't you? But then you're putting money into it. This is what you don't really want to be doing, is it? Really? Pizza boxes are great for 7 inches. Why 7? Surely you could fit a 12-inch record in a pizza box. Might be a bit greasy. Yeah, way too many. You're still buying a lot of records now, Jenny. Go through phases. Well, I won't buy much at all, if not anything. Then I'll come across a load in a charity shop, and I might buy maybe 10 records. Then like later on, I might go to a record shop, second-hand record shop, and just get the odd 1, 2, 3, whatever I kind of find, or whatever I fancy, or whatever I want to spend. Then I go through dry spells where I might not get anything. She says the good thing about selling to VC is that folks know you and your taste and trust your grading. That's good, isn't it? That's good. Don't think there's anyone doing it in the UK, is there? It's very much like a US thing. Tell you what though, the US, the USVC, they're far more communal than over here in the UK. You do that, what you're saying, and you meet up, and you just seem to get on and do it. It's the UK. We seem to be a bit more reserved, don't we? Trying to cool it on buying, but I have 3 waiting for me at the record shop from an online sale. You quite like some of the stuff I like, don't you? Some of the British bands. Lightning Seeds, one example. James, am I right? Thinking that you like James, Manchester band. Yeah, 1 or 2 others. Travis, would that be a band you've mentioned in the past? How relevant are these British bands of the 90s and 2000s in the US compared to American bands? Are they kind of on an equal par, or is there lesser interest in British music, British bands like that, or is it greater interest? So yes, I love Travis and James. More indie for us. Yeah, I'm a big indie fan. Love indie. What do you prefer? British indie or American indie? I'll put you on the spot, won't it? I mean, it's easier for me because there isn't too many American indie bands I'm familiar with. Killers being one of them. They were, I think, a fantastic band. But there's not many. Uh, Weezer, one or two others. I mean, I do have quite a bit of American indie stuff, but I don't know, it just doesn't sound as good as some of these British bands. But you know, I'm biased. I live here, so it's different. Maybe more American punk and Brit indie. Yeah, I don't have a lot of punk. I should really get some more punk. Really, I should find some time to you know take a more of an interest in punk music. I do like punk music. Yeah, it's true. There is a lot of UK punk. There is. I mean, the biggest, of course, it's got to be Sex Pistols, isn't it? You know, I like some of the American stuff which came later as well. Blink 182. Are they punk? Kind of, sort of, I suppose. It's the thing is when they're so commercialized, it's hard to say what they are, isn't it? Wheatus. I like Wheatus as well, of the 2000s. Offspring, yeah. Bad Religion, Rancid, of course. The best of friends, aren't they? For how long? They Exploited. Never heard of them. No, I haven't. Chesterfield Kings. I think I know you. Where are you going with that? Oh, really? Actually, a band from Rochester, NY. I thought you were taking the piss again. There's so many punk bands. There's hundreds, if not thousands. Just look at Vinyl Richie's collection. Ask people for their favourite 70s and 80s, 90s punk album. I don't think I could. I mean, 70s Sex Pistols, but like after then, it'd be very difficult. Just watched Embryotic Robots, Brian's second EP video discussion. I might do a response later. Any favourite EPs you have? Don't really have many EPs. A few. '90s Dookie, yeah, Green Day. Yeah, it's a good album. Green Day were great, weren't they? You know, in the '90s and the 2000s. Yeah, see you, Jenny. Have a good one. I saw Dookie, the album, in HMV online. Might be worth getting. It was on a sale, so I don't mind stuff on sale and paying those prices, but when they're like £50 a record, it's a lot, isn't it? It is a lot. £50 a record. Is that Crocodile Shoes in the background? Yes, it is. Yes. Well spotted. I bought a few of his singles. Did a video about it actually. my little tribute to Jimmy now. '70s Sex Pistols, '80s Killing Jokes, there you go. '90s Drawing a Blank, 2000s probably Frank Turner's Sleepers for the Week. Alkaline Trio, 2000s. I've heard of them. '2000s was a pretty decent decade of music. Certainly in the earlier part of it. Till about 2007, I think it took a bit of a turn, but still was, it was pretty darn good. But after then, I don't have much interest in bands. Very few. Was this today, by any chance, Dave? Was he on there today? A week. Oh. Glad he found his home. It was going that way, wasn't it? Yeah. He's become everything he didn't want to be. He was saying to Ian about, oh, I want to leave the live streams, concentrate on my channel and stay away from all the drama because it's getting to me. And he goes and does what he does. Unbelievable. The door was always open. Nobody nobody closed it. It was always open for him. Yeah. What credibility do you have when you create a parody channel like that? Yeah. Admittedly, I own 2 copies of Breakfast in America. That's never going to happen, is it? It's never going to happen. You know what? I think good luck to him. You know, he can say what he wants about me or whatever, you know. But I say, you know, good luck to him. I know what will happen. That's why I say good luck to him. He'll need it. It always follows the same formula. Always. He'll be aware of that. So, you know, then what do you do? He can, you know, take my content and my live streams if he wishes. You know, I don't know why anyone would, to be honest with you. But if he wants to do that, he wants to waste his time, do stuff like that. It's on him. I mean, he was doing that. He was taking content before the channel. He didn't ask for things before then. He just took them. So well, you wait till they both go on there. Wait till they both go on there. What does any of that resolve? You know, all that bickering and squabbling. What does it resolve? It resolves nothing. Nothing gets achieved. Nothing gets done. The cycle just continues. It's a complete waste of time. Any of that. You know, being disgruntled about stuff which just isn't important. I've got better things to do in my time. You know, I've got more important things to think about and worry about than, you know, any of that bullshit. Exactly, Dave. Exactly. You know as well as I do that, you know, when she's done with him, she'll discard him. This is what she does. You know, or either it'll be a fallout with the wax, or something will happen. It won't last long. She thrives off it all. She sits there and she thrives off all the drama. Relapse it up. That's why I don't go on there. I'm nothing to do with that. People wish to go on there. That's up to them. But yeah, yeah, like that will happen. I work damn hard, virtually every day. Paying taxes. I'm only young myself, and I've been in a job for almost 20 years. I've done other things as well. And there's people sitting around doing nothing, able to have YouTube channels, buy records, and whatever they want. And I'm out there working, earning a living, trying to do the right thing. Struggling. Do what he likes, can't he? Do what he likes. It doesn't matter. Should hear what he was saying before the live streams. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. It can consume you, can't it? And I'm not talking about pizza. It can consume you. There's better ways of spending your time, isn't there? I mean, come on. Put it into your channel. If you want to, do something, create something, put it into your channel. Make something. I mean, live streams, they serve a purpose. They do. But videos is where the creativity is. There's a lot to be said about videos, and videos are kind of almost like the unsung thing, uh, almost. They're kind of like a lot of attention is put onto the live streams, but the videos are about what the community is about, and that is about music. The little bite-sized videos someone's taking the time to make, and that's either showing their records or whatever. It's a little piece of them. You know, you're right, Michael. The Brits win the rock war. Michael would agree. Good. Having me first cup of coffee. I'm having a nice cider. I'm really enjoying it, actually. Well deserved after a hard week's graft. UK psych or US psych? It's a tough call. Having his fifth Big Mac. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, good luck to him. That's what I can say. It's very, very quiet tonight. Very quiet. But I appreciate you guys in the chat talking to me. Also on his fifth pint, is he? Give it 10 minutes, then fellas, and I want to call it a day. You know, almost 2 hours is coming up. Put the link out there actually, in case anyone wants to join on for a quick chat if they like. Oh, go sleep. Try not to though. Oh yeah. Oh, yawning now. Oh. Just start yawning, that's it. Where's Ian? He's out tonight, is he not? I think he said he's going to go out. Probably celebrating his birthday. Everybody seems to be out today. All alone. Yeah, everybody's out. Yeah, especially Jimmy. Am I going to take the Battle Royale trophy again? Well, I'll give it a go. I've entered, so you never know. Might get lucky. There could be some people who want me not to win it. Might be a bit of prejudice against me from winning it. We'll see. See, the majority of people, well, if not all of them, they picked like different singers or different artists for each song. Because I stuck to like with a one band. See if that pays off or not. We'll see. Be interesting to see what happens. I think the song I chose is good enough to go all the way, but it's not down to me. My thoughts or my opinions. It's going to be down to everyone else. So it's whether they see it that way. When you're comparing albums, it's a bit different. There's a lot more to compare with, but songs are going to be a bit more difficult, a bit more tricky. Everyone vote for Wet Willie. Your nomination is getting slightly hammered, but my secret weapon is in a few weeks. Ooh, secret weapon. I like your thinking. It's good to have a secret weapon. Vote for the underdog. Absolutely. Vote for the underdog. I think he has ended it, isn't he? How about that one? You don't know that? Come on, Michael. Come on. You must know that. If you don't know it, then go check it out. Who wants to stay up a little bit longer, or who wants to shut it down now? The stream I'm talking about. We can chat a bit, talk bollocks in the chat if you like. Yeah, fair enough. Righto then, I'm gonna shut it down then, and yeah, do it again next week. I'm just sat here on my own. So that's the new formula. Anyway, I'm joking. Bye for now, folks. Bye for now. See you, Michael.